Good morning, my loves. This is becoming a habit, but it's a good habit. To start my day with greeting you all, and of course greeting the light that is coming in. And I am very grateful for all the experiences that have been on this, that I have had on this planet. And you know, when you make decisions based on fear, it's never a good decision to make. But sometimes we need to open up to the vulnerability of us. And the vulnerability of us and our hearts is very important because it tells us what feels right and what doesn't feel right. So today I would like to discuss that inner feeling that we sometimes get when we feel something is off. I'd like to acknowledge that. I would like you to see it as a navigator, navigating you to a part of you that you need to pay attention to. Because we all know when our hearts are expanded, we all know when we feel that expansive, we feel that flow, we feel everything is amazing and everything is just going one's way. And then we also know when it doesn't feel like that, when something doesn't feel right, when some action doesn't meet your expectation, or when some person does something or says something that doesn't feel good. You just know it. You just know it doesn't feel right. And I'm going to open up today a little bit, like I do many times, with a little connection with you guys. And I'm very grateful for all of you, just so you know. This is the best part of it, that you guys are here with us. I'm going to be channeling a little bit about the message that we get sometimes when we are not paying attention, or the feelings that we sometimes get when we are not paying attention, how it really feels in our body, how it feels in our souls. Again, when the river is flowing and you're lying on that river, flowing with it, all is fine. And that's a beautiful feeling to have. And each one of you knows that feeling. But when you hit a bump on the road, it's your reaction that is going to make the difference on how you respond to something that is not pleasant, or that is not the way that you would have wished it was. The universe puts up to you challenges. And those challenges sometimes have to do with you have to going deep within yourself and finding your truth. That sometimes is deep soul searching, and some of you are going to say, okay, I don't want to go in here. But I'm going to help you. So feel in your heart when there are decisions being made, or when there are things said to you. Good morning. When there are things said to you that are not resonating with you. How are you feeling when it's not resonating with you? How are you feeling? And how are you responding? Are you honoring yourself? Or are you trying to make it good and make it seem that everything is fine when it's not? And listen here, ladies and gentlemen, this is for both of you. Relationships are not the easiest things. It's about relating to someone. So it's a relationship to yourself. You can be sure of who you are, but then it's also relating to someone else. And trying to meet in the middle so that you understand each other. And when it's relationships that are just starting out, there's a lot of uncertainties. And that's where, ladies and gentlemen, we need to be as open and as truthful and as true to ourselves as possible. Okay? And today there is a lot of relating happening. Let's just look at it from the perspective of that we are relating to ourselves. There are parts of ourselves that we do love, and then there are parts of ourselves we don't really love, and then there are parts of ourselves we don't really know that we had. And I'm talking about the emotional intelligence that we have. On some level, each one of you has had to relate to someone else. And maybe you lost yourself in that relationship. Maybe you were so keen on making sure that that person stayed in your life that you went against your inner feelings. That's very normal. That's very common. But once you become aware of that, there are a lot of things that you can do. You can look at it from the outside. Take a step back, look at it from the outside. How does this other person make you feel? How do you make this other person feel? Is this person important in your life? And if this person, the other person, is important in your life, how do you show this person that he or she is important in your life? Do you do things with this person in your mind? Do you have this person's interest or this person's well-being in your mind when you're relating to someone else? Do you forget about who you are yourself, how you feel? You see, ladies and gentlemen, there is a push and a pull, and then there's the flow. And sometimes there is a push and a pull because it's, of course, from different perspectives when you are relating to someone else. But if there's a push and pull when you are relating to yourself, then you need to straighten that one out. You need to find out what you are willing to accept. In other words, what you are, who you are, and what are your boundaries. And I know a lot of ladies have a hard time with the boundaries. And it's because you are almost born with the fact that you have to serve. Serving is okay, but don't let anybody jump over you. How do you value yourself? How much are you valuing yourself? What is your worth? Let's go back into the relationship with yourself, but also relationship with the other. If you are a peaceful person, and you meet someone else that's a peaceful person, and you kind of mesh and everything is fine, and oh my goodness, we are just fantastic. And then this oxytocin sets in, this feeling of connectedness and this feeling of everything is going so well, and then boom, you hit a road bump. Whoa, what happened here? And that road bump makes you realize that, ooh, what I thought, or what we thought we had, or what I thought there was, is probably not there. So what do you do? Well, and this can be related to many things, but particular in if there's someone you really like, or if it's somebody you really are infatuated with, and they are too infatuated with you, there might be many ways of dealing with this. But the most important thing is that you connect with yourself, and you find out what you are willing to deal with and what you are willing to allow and not. Okay? Because in your heart, if you're with someone, their biggest job is to make themselves happy, but to make you happy. And the same thing with you. Your biggest job is to keep you happy and also to make that other person happy. In other words, if it doesn't go, if there are things that are not in alignment, then you need to look at it a little bit differently. Because each one of us has a different pace. And ladies, let me tell you, do not ever go too fast. Same thing with the gentleman. But gentlemen usually, many times a gentleman can, and I say gentleman in a very beautiful way. Sometimes you guys are not gentlemen. Sometimes you are not thinking. I can tell you that. You are not thinking, or you don't care. So, but I'm not saying that that's always the case. I'm just saying that sometimes, and you ladies have to pull back. What are you worth? Because it's one of these old rules that have been forever and ever and ever. If the household is going to be happy, you need to have the feminine happy. Because if the female is happy, then the male is happy, then everyone is happy. That's an old thing that many people don't understand. You understand? That is something that people have misunderstood, and they don't understand why some people are more successful than others in that in relationships. But of course, it is mutual. It is to make sure that the boundaries that are being set are not being stepped over. Right? Let me take a card for us here. And oh, that's interesting. The cards that came forward were spirit animals. No, I'm doing the mystic wisdom. I always like to do that first. So today, let's see what the card is for today. Let's see what beauty. Steve, if you like a reading, please do me a favor. Share this feed. Okay. Today, for all humanity right now, and for all of you who are looking on at the live feed, but also who are looking on a little bit later. Creative wonderment. Follow your passion. So I see a woman walking up her stairs, music, perfume, and then I see that. Wondering, wonderment. And I'm going to read a little bit more about what that means. Follow your passion, creative wonderment. Great, thank you, Stephen. You are able to bring fruition something within your imagination that you alone have thought of. Being creative is relaxing and therapeutic, whether it's cooking, sewing, woodworking, photography, writing, or art. Okay, that was very feminine, I felt. Cooking or sewing or wood. Okay, woodwork. We got for the guys too. Okay, I want to make sure you guys are here too. Whatever it may be that stimulates your imagination, this is the time for you to create and inspire others. Utilize your skills, take classes, follow your passion. You will one day have the opportunity to turn your heartfelt creativity into life's work. Create your labor of love. Mantra, I am inspired to be creative. And you know, when I look at the worlds, I'm going to actually bring the animals in. Because guys, ladies and gentlemen, there is the thing about bringing in the animals into our lives. Okay? Good morning. Bringing the animals into our lives. Wow. Some of us might need that today. And I say some of us, do you hear that? It says grizzly bear, power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. Take that in, people. Bring in that power. Bring in that gentleness and power. Okay, so let's do grizzly bear. Let's do... I am honored today. I am honored today. Power, fearless, strength, perseverance, commanding, intuition, introspection, dream time, nurturing, protective, recluse in winter. The grizzly bear is a tremendous totem for strength and wisdom. A person with this totem is an old soul with many lessons already learned. Awakened intuition and introspection combine with primordial power in grizzly people. In winter, bears hibernate and birth their young while sleeping and dreaming. One of the most dedicated mothers in the wild, the grizzly, shows fierce protection and tenderness towards her young. Grizzly bears emerge in spring with new wisdom from the dream time, which gives the grizzly person a strong link to spirit. They are often the chosen totems of shamans. Another obvious lesson from grizzly is their need for time alone. Bear mastery reaches full potential only after many lives dedicated to the inner journey. At that time, the soul bursts into the light and becomes a blessing to all who are fortunate enough to know and be loved by these incredible beings. That's a very powerful totem. And I'm very happy that that was what came forward today. So we have creative wonderment. In other words, we can stay in the magic. We can follow our passion. And then we can use the power of the grizzly to become. Use the intuition and go where it leads. You see, my loves, in life it is very important to go within and to find your strength and to find what makes you tick and to find what makes you passionate. We all have it. And as you find who you are, because it's all within us, it's not anything out there. As you find who you are, and as you go in and find that strength within you, oh my goodness, it's a beautiful Katarina. I know her from many, many years back. Beautiful. As you are opening up to your inner strength, you see, the beautiful energies that are coming in right now are making you grow. Incidents that happen in your life are also making you grow. It's almost like when things are shown to you and where you have to make a decision, am I worthy or not? When you go inside yourself and you find yourself, you find your strength, you find your inner strength, then you find out, yes, I am worthy. And every one of you, thank you, Judy, every one of you is here right now because you are resonating on a frequency. You are here for the betterment of humanity and, of course, for the betterment of you. And the reason why I want to talk about relationship is because it's a relationship to you. And I'm writing a book about this. There's a book that's called Forgiveness I'm writing right now. That's the hard one. Forgive yourself for sometimes making the same mistakes or sometimes believing in something that is probably not the way it really is. But it's okay. We all do make these mistakes. But today I'd like to take a card for some of you that have asked for the card and have shared this feed here. And I'd like to do that just right now. Let's see. Stephen was the first one. Stephen, let's see what Stephen is going through. Let's go here, Stephen. Let me see here. I'm just going to let the universe guide me to take the card. Take that card. The right card for Stephen. Stephen, you're stuck. There's something, something not going in the right, something not going in the right direction. And then I get the card abundance. So something must be going in the right direction. Okay, but I feel that you have a couple of steps to get there. It's almost like, Stephen, you're almost there. You've met so much resistance that you just have to continue. It's like Churchill says. He said to during the Second World War, when going through hell, keep going. I think everybody here can listen to that one too. That's a pretty good one. Just one step at a time. Steve, I'm going to take one more because I was getting so many different impulses, feelings, emotions from you. Let me just see here. Maybe there's something else that's coming out here. Not giving me much there. It's giving me the card of friendliness. And I'm going to ask you a question. Is it a work situation? Because what I'm seeing right now is that it could be a work situation where you're in a situation where you may be in a partnership, work, it could be family too, but in a partnership in some way, because the friendliness card comes up, and that can mean many things. That can mean that you're building something, but that can also mean that there is that. Why do I see? Let me just go one more time. I'm gonna need to go a little bit deeper here because I feel friendliness is beautiful, abundance is wonderful, but why am I feeling that there's an obstacle? Maybe not. Steve, I don't know what's going on here. I see you have sunglasses on. Go on and celebrate. Whatever it is, go on and celebrate. I just see, you're getting really good cards, Steve. And so I think it might be, let me just go back. Let's see what you say here. Oh, okay. That's what I'm. Okay, so this is interesting because that's what we're talking about today, right? We're talking about the relationship to ourselves and a relationship with someone else. It's not an easy thing to deal with because we have our own filters that we see people through. Okay? And yeah, so and the cards do resonate. Okay, I'm good. Then then I'm but why am I getting that there is a something not there's something why is my initial that something is a little bit amiss? Because it looks really good if it's about your abundance. If you're about your relationship, it's abundance, friendliness, and celebration. Or is it that you want to go to the next step and you don't know how? I don't mean the next, I'm just saying that you want to have it deeper. That is what I there is something that is, you need to, you're like working on getting through, I feel. No, that's true. Nothing's ever perfect. That is true. I believe you there. So Justine, I'm going to go in and look at you and see what we can. Oh, this one flew out. Justine, you're fighting. This one jumped out right now. So sometimes it's an inner battle. Guess what? Welcome to the group. Welcome to the group, Justine. We're all fighting these inner battles. What should I do? How should I do it? Da 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 da. Okay, but in the end, let your heart decide, right? But on the same time, look at this. You're getting the 8, which is infinity. Go out in nature. Be grateful for the small things, and this happens to be for everyone. Okay, this happens to be for everyone because when we open up to what nature has to offer, and when we are one with all, as I've said in many of my videos, you and I are one with all. So I'm connecting with you, but I'm also connecting with all that is. And so when you're connecting like this, it's a flow. It just flows in. You're in this beautiful flow, and if you can stay there as much as possible during the day, you're going to be your life is going to start flowing much better. I just want to see here. Good morning, right? Yeah. Stieg, aw. Yeah, well, Helene means light. So I've got to stay in that light, even though sometimes my heart can also be a little heavy, you know? Sometimes my heart gets a little heavy too, because I have to navigate this world as well, just like you. And this physical world is not the easiest one to navigate. Making decisions or not, you know, opening up to the relationship that we have with ourselves and with the world can sometimes be a little tricky. Okay? But guys, setting boundaries has been something that is probably difficult. And I'm giving you guys a card, all of you guys a card, for this is the way the world is feeling a lot right now. We don't have to stay here, but this is the way it's feeling right now. We're having exhaustion. Do you feel the exhaustion? Like, can it not be over soon? This is so much pressure. I hope it's going to be over soon. I hope it's going to be over soon. I know it's going to be over soon. It is just letting everybody else open up and letting go of the dark, opening up to the light. I think that, many of us light workers or light warriors, which we are right now, and I include many of you that are here on this call, or because I feel on some level that, it is not easy. It is not easy to be on this planet right now, where there's so much change and there's so much fear coming to the surface. But if you can just stay in as much of your power as possible, if you can stay in as much as possible in your power, in your hearts. I have hearts all over reminding me, Helene, stay in your heart no matter what. Stay in your heart. What does your heart say? How can you clear your heart when it's hurting? And I always like to do one thing. I always like to do like this. I like to use my left hand on my heart and my right hand on top, and then I do one thing that's really nice. I just breathe deeply in and breathe out slowly. And breathe in deeply. Almost the Darth Vader breath. And breathe out slowly. And when we do that, it's almost like we restore our hearts. And so today another card I got for humanity is projections. Sometimes we have a smile on our face and we're not really happy, but we try to. They say sometimes fake it till you make it, right? Fake it till you make it. Sometimes our hearts are not there because we are dealing with things that are hard to bring up to the surface because they are difficult. You don't know how to handle it. And borders, or saying that this is okay, but this is not okay, is something we all need to learn. We need to have boundaries. We need to learn what is right, what is okay for you, and what is not okay for you. Because it could be something that could break a relationship if you do not stop it right away. And stopping it could also break it. And I'm talking about when you are connecting with someone and they're constantly stepping on your feet. Not trying to, that's just the way they are. If you do not set up your boundaries, that is going to continue. Do not think that you can change a person in a relationship after you have gotten into that relationship. And relating to you, honoring you, yourself, is one of the biggest things that you can do. Honoring you and what you feel and valuing that. And if it's not feeling congruent with your being, then it's something that you need to look at and decide for yourself. And many times, many women are very open and giving and loving and this and that. And sometimes men are doing that too. But many times the women take this, they meet someone and they give everything. And the person takes you for granted. And when that happens, it is not a fault, but it is a good wake-up call for you to understand that, hey, this is not working for me, or hey, this needs to be changed before there can go any further. We can go any further. Many times women do not take back their power. They leave their power out there and just let themselves be rolled all over. And I work a lot with women in that respect as well. And many come to me and say, Helene, well, I am so much in love. I'll do anything with this person. He's so cute. I'm so happy that he's in my life. And I tell them that that is very beautiful. But who are you? Do you not have any values? Do you not value yourself? Do you allow this person to do things that will hurt you, and that you know that if he does it now, he's going to continue doing that? Right? How do you relate to yourself? Breathe in and say, how do I relate? Do I love myself enough to say no? And if not, then you need to learn to find where it is that someone took your power away from you so that you do not feel that you can say no. And that's what I do with regression therapy. I go in, I work with you, I go to the soul part of you, because I do spiritual regression, right? I go to the soul part of you, I go to the deep, inner-lying energy, emotions that's stuck in there that says, I can't say no because I'm not worthy. Or if he wants it that way, okay, we're going to do that. But you see, that's where we get into a space where we are in it's a slippery slope if it goes down that road. If somebody is going against your boundaries and you're not stopping it and you're letting it go, then you've already gone down that slippery slope. You can't stop it. You need to know the reason why. You need to know if there's a person that values you just like you value yourself. You see, that's what's going to be happening. If you value yourself and that person values you, we're good. If you value yourself and that person doesn't value, talk to the hand. It will not. And that has to do with a lot. Sometimes we start connecting with someone and you think that they're in a certain way. Oh yeah, it's always good energy here, Heather. That's why a lot of people tune in. It's good energy. But I'm trying to teach people about relating to ourselves and then relating to the other person, and not allowing people to step all over you. And sometimes they don't even know they're doing it. Sometimes they don't get it. They're like, oh, really? Why would that affect you? I'm like, well, it does. Now when I'm having more of you here, I'm going to bring up the energy that has come in since 2012. And that is the energy of Isis. And that's for both men and women. You see, for men to understand how women work, they need to think a little bit beyond. They need to think a little bit beyond themselves. Because many times women will not directly tell you what they want. That's something that we need to learn to do as well. They will hint, or they will they will hint at what it is they want, or they will suppress it. Do not do that. Do not suppress, do not hint. Tell them. Now the card that I got today was the Flower of Life. Divine creativity and manifestation. Divine creativity and manifestation. Now this is for all. The divine love, it's for all. You see the falcon as well. And you see the power. I know, female power, but that's okay. You see, females are taking back their power. Let's go into the Flower of Life. Let's see here what's going on here. Flower of life, because we're going to have to see if we can do an incantation to restore our A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There he goes. Flower of life, divine creativity and manifestation. You are creating a fertile period of your life. Focus on your innate creativity and how potent this is becoming, and watch it rapidly grow. You are guided to think of yourself as a creative being and to surrender your control over how things will manifest and instead allow them to do so. Don't resist change, instead flow and let it happen. Now is the time for your blossoming. Beautiful! Beautiful. Your soul is hungering for creativity and manifestation of the beauty in your inner world, to witness it and live it in your physical world too. Much of your spiritual energy is directed into creative process, and your creative powers are growing fast now. As you are gaining more potency in your creative flow, it is important that you use this growing ability wisely. Become aware of how easy and quick your thoughts and feelings are manifesting into conversations, situations, and responses from the universe. Notice how quickly your prayers are confirmed through signs and dreams, intuitions, and opportunities opening up for you. You're becoming more and more swiftly that which you choose to think, feel, speak, and believe. This oracle suggests that the time is ripe for you to choose to align yourself with love each morning so that your thoughts will serve you well, and in the manifestations you set in motion will be ones that enhances your life experience, rather than more of what you do not want to experience. So go forward for what you do want to experience. It can require time, habit, and consistency to change patterns of thought and behavior, but it can be done. You are guided now to allow yourself absolute and radical permission to detach from past thoughts and behaviors, to bear the challenge of not knowing who you are or how you will be on the other side of the transformation in order to let it happen. The flower of life holds the secrets to allowing creative change and transformation of circumstances, manifesting and healing in the easiest and most enjoyable ways possible. The flower of life contains repetitive patterns, each interlacing and interrelating to the other, like the holograph that contains the whole within each part. In this way, all that is required is to tap into one part, one element, one thought or one behavior that relates to your desired creative outcome, and integrate it into your life. All the rest will follow through natural connection. The ritual below will help you create it in a powerful and focused way, using the holographic power of the flower of life. So choose wisely what you would like to experience. Make sure in your heart that you are willing to allow it to come to life, because once you do that ritual, your life will change and move to accommodate your intention. It is a powerful skill within you that is growing, and what you put out will return to you multiplied. So make sure that that is what you truly want. So I do this when I do the DNA activation. I tell people that once you have done the DNA activation, whatever you want comes to you 10 times faster. But whatever you think also happens every single day. If you're thinking positive, you're going in a positive direction. If you're thinking negative, that's the direction that you're going to be going. So that is a very, very powerful session to have. But I recommend it for people that have gone through regression therapy and that have cleared themselves. I will not allow you to go directly into doing that. You usually have to go through at least one session of hypnotherapy, spiritual hypnotherapy, regression therapy, for you to be able to be open so that you can control your thoughts. Because if you control your thoughts, you control your lives. In other words, If your thoughts go negative, they go down, down, down very fast. If you've done the DNA activation. If not, it's still going to go fast, but not as fast. But if you go positive and you've done the DNA activation and you say, line up my calendar with clients, it just happens. It's amazing, okay? So we're going to do the ritual of the flower of life, okay? I would like you right now to go into your heart space. Guess what? We need to go into our heart space. And relax your breathing from your belly to your chest. Feel the rise and fall of the body along with your breath. Just relax right now. Allow yourself to cultivate the feeling, the image, the sense, or perception of something you would really like to create, become, or be right now. Come from a place of joy and love, something that really makes your heart sing. Don't worry if it seems too much or impossible. Don't think, analyze, or judge. Just feel with your heart and trust. Sit with your vision or feeling, and then gaze at the pattern of the flower of life below. Now I'm going to put it up there in just a moment. I want you to take your time and enjoy the fact that you are seeding your vision or feeling. Relax into it as much as possible. So I'm going to put the flower of life up right now. Okay. And if you want to look at it, go ahead. I want you to think or feel of something that you want or want to become, or something that you want to create in your life right now. Just think, just connect with that. Flower of life. There you go. And as you're connecting with it, I just want you to bring it into your memory now. I want you to close your eyes. You're going to bring it into your memory. And this is what we're going to say. Just listen, close your eyes and just let that flower of life be there. I want you to be connected to your vision and to be aware of the flower of life that you saw. And then I'm going to say of, and you can repeat, of my own free will, with divine harmony and grace, so be it. And then I'm going to go into the incantation. Flower of life, circles repeating. Manifestation now increasing. Creating flowing fast. With the power of the universe, vast. The whole within a grain of sand. Manifestation forms from this hand. With unconditional love so wise. Uniting power of earth and skies. Flower of life, circles increasing. The energy grows through this speaking. There you go. Just take that in. Into your heart, into your being, into your soul. Very good. And I am going to take, and Heather, I'm going to give you a card as well, because I have to make sure that each one of you feels this. Just take the time to continue there. Imagining, because if you can imagine it, you are creating it as we speak. Heather, let's see what you're going through here. Well, you are ready, Heather. There is something that you have been working on, and it's also a 9, which means the end of a cycle. But you are ready for that jump. I feel almost it could be job, it could be you are ready. There's something that you worked hard at, and you're ready. You just don't really feel it maybe. I'm going to take another card just to make sure. Because I feel that you are already... but you're stressing about it. There's a lot of stress going on. So it's almost like you're ready, but you're not really sure you're ready because you're stressing around. Calm down, girl. Calm down. Go down into your heart. Go down into your soul. Ground yourself. Because you have a lot of potential, I'm seeing. you have, but right now you're grasping a little bit for all kinds of things. What can I do? What can I do? How can I go? Da 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 da. No, I feel the energies, not right now, but it has been very all over the place. Let me see, Heather, one more. Yeah, you need to trust in you. You need to open up to you, and each one of you that's listening to this is probably really good too. Trust in the process, trust in the fact that it is already happening. First you are ripe and ready, and then you are stressing, and that's very normal. That's very normal to stress when we are going into new situations. We do end up sometimes stressing. But just understand that each one of you is unique. Each one of you is love. Each one of you is worthy. Okay, I want you to feel the worthiness. And when you make decisions, take a deep breath. Feel it in your heart. I say that a lot. Feel it in your heart. And sometimes we will make decisions hastily because, we don't have time to ground, connect. But understand that is your superpower. Remember the grizzly bear, the power, your intuition. You have power to go forward. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. I am indestructible. Love and gentleness are my strength. I never give up. I will succeed. Okay? So, and this is before I even have had coffee today. I love my coffee. I just want you to have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful day, morning, evening, wherever you are. I just want you to know you are loved. You are loved and lovable. Take that in. I'll see you later. Over and out.